Okay. Now, I think I see the chats. Welcome, welcome. Yes, now I'm seeing the chats coming up. I wasn't seeing the chats in the first live, so I had to end it. Good day, good day, good day, everyone. This looks more like it. How are you all doing? How is everyone doing? Please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. We're going to talk about vaccine. So I started the chat earlier. However, I wasn't seeing the live chat, so I had to end it. So come on in. Come on in and join me. I'm waiting for persons to come on in. So let me see if you can see this in the meantime. Are you seeing this properly? Come on in, people. Like I'm still learning this live about this live. So the topic is the vaccine. Will you take the vaccine? What if it's mandatory? And right now, do you know that one of the bigger company that are developing a vaccine has paused due to an illness in one of the patients? I see somebody coming in. Hi, how are you? Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. What is your take on the vaccine? I started the live earlier, but the chat wasn't up, so I had to restart it. Go ahead and tell me your views if you're going to take it. What do you think about Johnson having to stop or pause the trials due to an illness in one of the candidates that are trying this vaccine? What are your thoughts on that? Hi, I see persons coming in. Please give me a thumbs up and let me know what you think about the vaccine, what you think about Johnson having to pause their trials due to a confirmed illness in one of the participants. What do you think about that? As you come in, I'm going to give you a motivation of the day. I'll say, tell yourself that giving up is not an option. Okay, giving up is not an option. Whatever goals that you've set, you will achieve. Okay, do remember that giving up is no option, so we are going to push through. And the COVID-19 tip that I have for you, go ahead and listen to the suggestion that was given by Dr. Deborah Williams. She mentioned this flu shot with a lot of things: ginger, garlic. Yes, Jodine, giving up is not an option, especially in time like this. You know, it's very rough, it's tough times. Thank you, Jodine, for joining. How are you? Time is very tough, so we won't give up at all. So try out the flu shot remedy. Thank you, kid now. Thank you. Try out the flu shot remedy. I have it. I put it in my fridge. It has in cayenne pepper, garlic, ginger, those good stuff, those antibiotic and and all those good natural stuff in it. So you can go and listen to. I mentioned it in my coronavirus video, and I think I'm gonna try to put up the voice note so that you guys can hear our suggestions. So give me a thumbs up as you come in, and go ahead and leave a comment. Um, I wanted to talk about the different persons that are the companies. So you know that a lot of places have approved or give some sort of approval for some of the vaccines already. What do you think about these premature approval? Because you know that some of these vaccines do adjust our cells, they adjust our genes, as they'll say, and we don't know the effect that it will have in the future. So what do you think of these measures that have been done? And the question also that I want to ask you, would you take the vaccine? That is the number one question. What do you think about it? Do you think it is necessary? Let me put it in the chat. Share the live. I started the live early, as I said, and I had to end it because I wasn't seeing the chat. I'm gonna share it right now. Hi, Winston. Yes, they have to test it out before they start using it. However, there are three phases that they usually go through, and they usually wait on one stage to end, and then they move on to another stage. But what some of these companies are doing, they are doing stage 2 and stage 3 at once to fast track the vaccine. And a lot of persons don't approve of it and don't think it is wise. However, they go ahead and do it because you know it's like a race towards the vaccine. And Johnson and Johnson happens to be in the stage 3, and for the I think they did a trial for about 60,000 persons they're launching, but I don't know how many persons they got to already. So persons are jumping and going to stage 3 instead of waiting out to stage 2. So hopefully a lot of persons will not be affected by this, and hopefully they get great results because they're reaching out to a lot of participants. I was explaining before that the first stage should be the safety trial, where the vaccine is given to a very small number of persons, and they wait that out and see if the vaccine actually um, reach out to the immune system and make any changes to the immune system. The second one is the expanded trial, where they go to a larger group of persons and a diverse group of persons with different maybe illnesses, different age group, different demographics, you know. But and they should wait that out. Then they go to the third stage, which is the which in this stage they give it out to like thousands and thousands of persons, and they have to wait again to see the effect of the vaccine that is given, and they have to wait a long period of time because sometimes the vaccine make biological changes, may make changes to the genes and stuff, and it's over time that you'll see these changes, so they have to wait that out. But persons are rushing in. Some persons have already approved it on a limited basis, like China and Russia. Would you guys do a trial? Would you ever go in a trial, like for a vaccine, for example, a medical trial? Who would go into a trial, any at all? Let me know if you would have gone into a trial. You know they get a lot of money to do the trials. Would you do the trial? Let me know if you would have done a trial, a vaccine trial, to get that money. Johnson. I think we can focus a little on the Johnson company. Of course, we all know about Johnson because they make baby products and a lot of products. It's a very popular company, right? Their vaccine, they launch a trial of 60,000 persons, which should have started in the September. 60,000 persons, and now they have to pause. They have a vaccine that's called a viral vector vaccine, which which is made of a virus that can carry the coronavirus genes. And this is what persons are being injected with now. Do you think that, let me ask you a question, I see just a limited number of persons here, but I guess after the live you can also answer in the comment section. Would you take the vaccine? What if it's mandatory? What would you do? And you on the live can answer as well. Let me hear your views. For me, I wouldn't want to take the vaccine because I'm hearing so many stuff. I think I would really, really want to sit out this one. If it's mandatory now, I don't know what I would do. Because it's hard to escape from the government, because if you're going to get into a job, they're going to want you to take it, or else you might not be able to get a job. If you're traveling, you might not be able to board a plane if you don't get the vaccine. If you're going into school, you might not be able to start without getting a vaccine. Definitely, definitely. And you will be working around other people, and they might be at risk. They're gonna say they're at risk. So you have to take it. So that is the challenge. A lot of persons are crying that they don't want it. They don't want to do it. So hopefully it is not mandatory, or it's not forced onto persons by other means, because they wouldn't have much choice, so they will just have to take it. Hopefully it's not forced onto persons. So I'm going to read the comment. Thank you for joining me, Auntie Janice. She said, no, I would not, praying that it is not mandatory, especially like how I am a government worker. You know that it is, if you're especially in the public sector, you have to go ahead and take that vaccine. So there is a few vaccine. Let me know if you should take any of these. Which one of these type of vaccine would you take? So we have the genetic vaccine. Here, the coronavirus genes itself, maybe one or more of the coronavirus genes goes into your cell, and they look and see if it stimulates your immune system. That's one of them. And that's one of the Moderna company, which is one of the popular, I think it's a front runner right now with the vaccine, as in on an international basis, because I think they're a US based company. That's one of their means, the RNA. And a lot of persons does not approve with this type of vaccine, because they say it can change your DNA. They can change our genetical makeup. What if when we take some of these vaccines, we start to transform in all sort of stuff? Oh my gosh. Woo. Mm-mm. You see persons coming out of their house, and they turn in different colors. They start to grow hair in certain places they're not supposed to. Teeth start to fall out. Oh my gosh, the thoughts are endless. So I think they need to go through these stages before they expose this to thousands of persons and they don't know the results. This is serious stuff, and it's like they're taking it for a joke. OMG. Not good. It's not good. And we don't have much option. We have to sit and listen to these officials, and they're going to force whatever decision they make on us. We don't have much voice in this thing. This is sad. This is sad. Trying to share. Please share and give me your views on the vaccine. Would you take the vaccine? I just mentioned the genetic vaccine and how it works in our body. And earlier I mentioned the viral vector vaccine, That's the that's what the Johnson company did. They used that format, and here they have a virus that can carry the coronavirus, and that is what they use to inject in you to find out if that stimulates a immune response from our body. And as I'm so, would you take it, kid? Now, would you take the vaccine? What if it's mandatory? What would you do? Would you go hide in the mountains? Would you start going to school, or you would just go ahead and just do it? I know that the trials, that's true, it should be optional, but as I said before, they might be forcing it on you, because what if you can't go to school if you don't take the vaccine? What if you can't go in the bank? What if you can't travel on planes? They're gonna say you can't do this and you can't do that. When I was doing the online classes, persons were saying that they will just maybe resign from their jobs. They might go into farming and stuff like that, and have maybe a little corner shop or stuff like that, and try to stay away from. Or we could go in the mountains, because just go in the mountain and start farming and start a different lifestyle, because you know that is healthier anyways. I would just have to leave the fast life behind, right? Hi, how are you? Barjam family, go and support your YouTube, the Barjam family. How are you? Would you take the vaccine? What is your views on it? And what if it's mandatory? What would you do? Let me hear your opinion. Is that Shanique? Shanique, let me hear your opinion. You're not techie. Shanique says she's not techie. What if you needed to travel? I know you'll have to travel from Barbados to Jamaica. What if they say you can't come home unless you take the vaccine? What are you going to do? What are you going to do in that case? It's a very sticky situation. So yes. You heard about Shanique, have you heard about the Johnson, which is one of the major company developing a vaccine? They paused their trials because one person became ill, and they're very concerned, so they paused the trial. So you know it's something serious from the trial pause. They're not saying what it is, but you know from the pause the trial, you know that it's something serious. Yes, a lot of persons. There probably gonna be a lot of riot, a lot of demonstration when these vaccines come out. All the Rastafarians, I know they're not going to take the vaccine. Persons in Maroon Town, they're not gonna take the vaccine. If you don't want it, maybe you guys have to move go by Maroon Town. Yes. Also, they have vaccine, but they also have medicines, treatments that they are using for the vaccines right now. For example, President Trump. What's the name of? Let me see if I have the name anywhere here. I wrote down the name of it, because as we all know, the Donald Trump has the virus, and they said he got this medicine that they're giving persons. no, for the treatment of coronavirus. So I guess they're getting somewhere with it. But then the vaccine, it's where most of the problem lie, because most of these vaccine may adjust your DNA, especially the RNA, where the Moderna company, and there's another company that's using that type of vaccine as well, BioNTech. So Moderna have trials in the USA. Like I think every one of the vaccine have trials in the USA. Like Trump is jumping onto every one of these vaccine and doing trial. Is making contracts with every one of these company. Please give me a thumbs up for the video as you come in, and I want to hear your view if you would take the vaccine if it was available. Let me hear your view. BioNTech, they have trials in the USA, Argentina, Brazil, and Germany. I don't see anything suggesting that there have been any trials in Jamaica. I know that a lot of things have been going on circling on social media about trials and the vaccine in Jamaica and a lot of deals and with the government and stuff like that. But I hi, how are you? But I haven't heard of any trials in Jamaica. But a few countries are doing trials, and even in China and Saudi Arabia, they have made limited approval for the vaccines, and they are using it, especially with the medical workers and the military. They are already using vaccines, and these vaccines make note of the fact that they haven't gone through the stages that is required, so you don't know what's going to happen to people after a couple of years of or a couple of months of having this vaccine in their system. What do you think of these governments who approve the vaccine even though we haven't gone through the stages? Do you think it's a good idea because they want to try to save lives, or do you think it's a bad idea because it might affect them in the long run? What do you think of these companies that are approving the vaccine early before the approved time? Do you think it's a good idea to save lives now, or do you think it's a gamble? It's a gamble, but what do you think? Hi Allison, how are you? So you give us your view on the vaccine. You were mentioning the other day about your views on the vaccine, and also the fact that persons are becoming ill from the vaccine, the Johnson and Johnson vaccine. That company had to pause their trials, and they were doing trials on 60,000 persons in the US. They had to pause because somebody got sick, and it must be a serious illness for them to pause the entire research. There's a lot of contracts towards these vaccine. Persons are promising thousands, millions of dollars for thousands and thousands of vaccine for their country. The US have been bidding with all of these companies for vaccines so far. So as you come in, give me a thumbs up and tell me what would you take, and answer this question: would you take the vaccine? Striver, thanks for coming. Would you take the vaccine? So we're saying it's a possibility that it's mandatory. What do you think about that? What would you do? Would you run away in the hills and go do some farming and have a simple life? What would you do? And we were talking about the fact that persons becoming ill from the vaccine. Um, the other type of vaccine that they did, let me talk about. You have the inactivated vaccine, in which is like they use a lower form of the vaccine, or like they kill the vaccine and use it. They kill the virus and use it to form a vaccine of that. You have a few companies that did that. For example, the one that is approved in China in July, from July, China has approved, have limited approval for a vaccine already and has been using it. As a lot of persons might know, because a lot of persons are dying in China and they're using the vaccine. Do you think that's a good idea? So the Chinese military, yes, definitely. The company had gone to stage 3, and they are doing a trial on 60,000 persons, and a lot of them are not waiting out the stages. Okay, okay. Hi, Ali. How are you doing? Ali, would you take the vaccine? Or are you saying I don't want to get sick, so I'm gonna take the vaccine? What is your take on that? If you're hearing me. So you have for the inactivated vaccine, you have trials in Brazil, you have trials in Indonesia, and you have trials in Turkey, and you have trials and limited approval in China. Boy, China name calling everything, ain't it? You also have trials for inactivated vaccine in United Arab Emirates, in Peru and Morocco. You have also vaccine trials being done in England. Yes, they are doing trials of the vaccine right now. Guys, would you do a trial to get that money? Would you go in a trial? Would you participate in a trial? I would not participate in a trial, especially a trial like this. I don't know if I might start growing horns, because you know that they sometimes in these vaccine they use things from other animals to develop the vaccine itself. Next thing, persons start to develop horns, they try to grow tail like rat. Okay, most persons would not take it, but I've been on social media and I see some person said, yes, carry it come. We can't wait for it come. Me take it come. I don't want to catch a virus because we don't want dead and this serious. But most persons are saying they will not want to take it. So I know that there's gonna be a riot, there's gonna be demonstration, because you know the government there. Yes, yes, but as Shriver is saying that a control them are trying to control people. Yes, and they're saying the fact that um the vaccine is going to be owned, and it might be able to modify our genetics. They might be able to own us if we have the vaccine inside of us. So that is very, very complicated, and that is very, very frightening. Imagine the company that makes the vaccine is going to own us when our DNA have been adjusted and intact with their vaccine. They're going to say they own us as their property. This is crazy. I don't know what kind of world this is going. No, this is crazy. True man. True man. All when them give you the money, Striver. I don't want any of that. Uh, Persons are saying, a lot of doctors are coming out and they're saying that persons can beat this virus, more person can beat this virus naturally, but it's because of the type of food that we're eating. We're eating the um the artificial this and the artificial that. Most of the food that we are eating nowadays, they are not real. Some persons are trying to take a hold of their nutrition and trying to become vegetarian. I want to do that too, but it's sometimes it's a big jump. But the type of food that you're eating nowadays, a lot of artificial, a lot of genetically modified food, so we're not getting the thing that's supposed to sustain our body and build our immune system. A lot of the health workers are saying that as long as you have a healthy immune system, your body should be able to combat any virus, because your body naturally, your natural immune system should be able to make antibodies that will conquer these things. And as I mentioned earlier, that is good striver. Yes, we have to start planting own food, because we import a lot of food, and a lot of them are genetically modified. A lot of them having so many stuff, they're not giving us the nutrients that our body really needs. And maybe that is the reason why some of these illnesses are spreading right now, that probably comparable to a common cold, because our body is not healthy. We don't have the nutrients and the sustainability to fight off these viruses. Dr. Deborah Williams, as I was saying, she was mentioning some natural stuff that we would probably can partake in to help us fight off this virus if it comes in our way. And persons are saying the sunlight, get the vitamin D from the sun. She just suggested the otiati apple, and she suggested the almond leaf, because she said those stuff can fight off virus. It helps to stop the virus from multiplying and replicating. So you should really go and listen to her suggestion. And the flu shot, as I was saying, that she suggested with the cayenne, the ginger, the garlic, the onion, the honey. We should really consider these things. Ali, let me see what Ali is saying. They are trying to turn the world into a movie. Now I realize that some of these movies were made to warn us. But yes, that too. Warn us of what is to come. They just implant something in everybody so that they can know your move. Yes, because I heard that these viruses are going to be smart. Some of these viruses are going to be smart. They can track you. You can pass, and they can pick up the virus. They don't have to, like you're going to a store and have a clothes, and they have the thing on it, and it beeps. You have something in you that's going to beep when you go through something. What kind of thing is that they're going to put in our body? No, sir. That doesn't sound good at all. Hey, next thing we become robots. Huh? We're going to be half human and half computer. Soon. Pretty soon. This is serious. Yeah, every movement they're going to track. And the thing is, so maybe they even look back at some of these movies and said, that this thing is possible, and they develop something. Because this really look like real life movie that we are in. Real life movie. I believe that we need to give the natural stuff a chance, though. They are not allowing us to use give the natural stuff a chance. Yes, she's so she really have a point. They need to let us give the natural stuff the natural stuff a chance and rebuild our body, rebuild our system because it is possible. Yes, a lot of stuff. There's a lot of natural remedy, and maybe a lot of these companies or a lot of these scientists they know they find out the natural remedy, but when they try to put it out, they're gonna block it because you know that these companies they control Facebook, they control YouTube, they control social media, they control everything. So when the truth is coming out, they block it. Yeah, I think they're going to block the truth. So if there was something that we could run in our backyard and get, they're going to hide it, they're going to stop it, they're going to block it because they want to sell their pharmaceutical. They want to sell their medicines. So they're not going to allow us to know that we can go in our backyard and draw a piece of fever grass and get rid of the virus. So you see any natural remedy that I hear about, may I make sure draw close to it, you know. May I make sure draw close to it because me no need to get these pharmaceuticals if I have it growing in naturally in my yard. I'm trying it because these are things that we always try. We drink fever grass all the time and you hear they say that fever grass is good. Why not continue almost every week I drink fever grass. I have fever grass in my backyard and I'm drinking it just in case because I heard they talking about the fever grass and that it's good. Our parents have been drinking fever grass over time and it has done nothing to us. So why not just drink it just in case it can help protect us from the virus? We have the amount of almond tree in a orchard, one right out there, so every day my eye on it. But just want hear say somebody near me have the virus and me have to have some almond leaf spread out in my kitchen counter to draw them. Of course, I am trying the natural stuff instead of waiting on these vaccines. I want to I'm going to 1 hour. So as soon and then yes, yes, we have garlic, we have with ginger, we have so many things that we can feed our body with that can help us. But you know what's the thing? What the thing too? A lot of these things, even our garlic and the ginger, depending on where you get it from, some of these are genetically modified as well. So it is not helping us the way that it should help us. And we are importing the big and the pretty and the fluffy things them, and we are not investing or helping our regular farmers, and most of them have the real natural stuff. Yes, yes, driver. Yes, yes. And sooner or later, everything is gonna be intertwined. The vaccine and everything, you can use your hand to buy whatever you want to do, and all of this, you realize, all of this dropping into place. All of this dropping into place because maybe when they're putting in the vaccine, they're gonna put in all of these chip thing and they chip that, including in the vaccine, so that you can put money on it and all of these things. Yo, it's very scary. It's very, very scary. I can't wait for this thing to just end. I want to know what will be the end of this. Our life need to go on. No, sir. We are the poor is going to continue to get poorer and the rich get richer. If you realize it's just a small number of persons, you know, rule the world and own the wealth of the world, and everything is going into one basket. Everything going into one basket. And they are the same one. They are the same ones that are running these pharmaceutical companies that are creating the vaccine. You know, all the money is going to go back to them. All the money is going to go back to them. So we really have to think that they are the one that really come up with these virus just just for power, just for power and ruling the world. They come up with this because everything is going to go back into their basket, and we are going to suffer. We the poorer persons are going to suffer. We have to take our last and be giving them that are already rich. But I hope we can all overcome this virus, and I hope we are all staying safe and taking our precaution as much as possible. But as I heard, the same Dr. Williams said that they're telling us to stay in our house, don't go out. But at the end of the day, the best thing is to build your system, build your body, because you're going to stay in, and when you go out, something else is going to take you. You're going to stay in, be afraid, eat up, get fat, and diabetes lick you down. So the best thing is for you to build a system, eat healthy, make sure you're getting like a sunlight, make sure you're exercising. Yes, yes, yes. It's why? I don't know. I don't even understand. We're all here trying to understand what's going on with this thing. Oh, okay, Striver. For real. And yes, that is the thing. They are going to own all of the stocks, everything. They run the place, all of the money. They're going to try to they're going to pull it towards the pharmaceuticals that they say one own. The little money we have, we're gonna be paying for vaccine. We're gonna pay for treatment for this. We're gonna pay for treatment for that. And the rich persons are going to take the little that we have. That's why we have to try, as I said, try to stay healthy, try to build our system, try to plant our own food and not these genetically modified food, because sometimes these are the things that are getting us sick. Maybe who to say they don't have it in some of those food. They don't genetically modify the food and put all these viruses in it. It's a possibility. That's why it's good for us to support our own, and plant our own stuff, because we know what is in it. You know what I'm saying? We know what is in it. And it's a scary world right now. You can't go out as you like. You can't go to the beach. You can't go enjoy yourself. Nothing. All you have to do is sit and wait to pay for some medicine that the rich man is getting back. It's not easy. And I just see they're rushing this thing. They're rushing it. It's like a race against it. Country racing against country. Company racing against country to get as much money as they can on these vaccines. Persons making contracts to get these vaccines already. And then the poorer country are going to suffer even more. Because what they usually do, the richer more developed country, they usually have more say in the vaccine. They're able to buy out, because the US have contract for almost every one of the vaccine, for thousands and thousands of every one of the vaccines that are being developed. So when they have those vaccines now, maybe they same one are going to have to sell it back or give it back to countries, and the countries are going to owe them. They are going to owe them. So they are going to have a lot of say over the countries. I see everyone at the vaccine. They say US contract for how much in thousands, how much in million vaccine. Everyone at the vaccine. So it's like they're trying to get a hedge over it. So I think well, the time is going up, it's getting dark, and I just want to thank everyone who joined me on this live. I'm really trying to get these topics that all of us have on our mind, all of us want to know, all of us are talking about it, all of us are discussing this topic, and I just wanted to come on this platform to hear your views, to give my views, and I just want to thank all of you who subscribed, all of you who are liking, all of you are commenting and sharing, because I'm trying to get this channel up, trying to get it running, because as you know, because of the same COVID-19, it is very tough for everyone, and I am trying to use this means also as a revenue while we come and join and discuss. I'm trying to use this as a revenue, so I'm trying to get monetized. So I'm just asking you to, if you see anything on the channel that you like, right now I have about 40 odd videos. If you see any you like, you can just share it, go ahead and comment, so I can get the views, I can get the hours, because I really need it so that I can start getting paid in this time. So thank you for being here, and just share these thoughts that were shared in this video. Thank you so much, and I'm going out right now. Bye. It was nice talking to you all.